We're going to look at surface area now. To find the surface area of 3D shapes, you need to imagine breaking the shapes up. Now, you're going to split them apart, and we'll look at that in the example coming up, example 34. But you've done work on nets before. Just imagine that when you make the net of a 3D figure, it's made up of things like triangles and rectangles, and that's what you're going to break the shape up into. So a rectangular prism, like a cereal box, is just 6 rectangles. A triangular prism, like a Toblerone box, is 3 identical rectangles and 2 identical triangles. Now below we've got a triangular prism that's not identical rectangles, but we'll come to that in a moment. A cylinder is 2 identical circles and a rectangle, and we've got one of those coming up here in part B of the example. You can see a cylinder just there. Always read the question carefully to see if the prism is open at one end, which means it wouldn't have, so for example, if this cylinder here was open, it wouldn't have a top, but it would have a bottom. And, well, let's go ahead and do one, and let's see how it goes. So if we look at this shape, what we've got is 2 triangles. Now if we look at that triangle at the end, it's 8 centimeters this way, it's 6 centimeters that way, and we can work out the area. We know for a triangle it's half times the base times the height, or base times height divided by 2, and so that's going to be 48 divided by 2, which is 24. And we've got 2 times the triangles, so that would be 48, in this case square centimeters, since the lengths are in centimeters. Then we've got 3 rectangles. So look at the rectangle at the back. We can see that the width of the shape is 6 centimeters, and this is 6, so in actual fact that one's a square. And that square is 6 centimeters by 6 centimeters. So the area there is 36 centimeters squared. So we've done the one at the back. If we look at the one at the bottom that's green, we know that's 6 across there, and this is 8. So that one is 8 centimeters and 6 centimeters. So that one is 48 square centimeters. Now we've got one more rectangle, which is this one here on the front, and we don't know the length at the moment. That's x. But if we look at the triangle, the x is here, and this is 8 and this is 6. So we can use Pythagoras' theorem. C squared is a squared plus b squared, and we're finding the hypotenuse. So x squared is 6 squared plus 8 squared. Now I know you can do this, and so I'm just going to leave out some lines here and just say that that's 10 centimeters. And so we've got another rectangle, which is 10 centimeters that way and 6 centimeters that way, which makes it 60 square centimeters. So to get the surface area, we just add up the 2 triangles, which was 48, and each of the rectangles, 36 and 48 and 60. And so that is 48, add 36, add 48 again, add 60, giving me 192 square centimeters. Okay, so now we're going to look at the cylinder, and let's say it's a closed cylinder, so it's got 2 ends. So we've got the circular end, and we can see the radius is 12 centimeters. So the area is pi times 12 squared, and we have 2 of those. So let's just make a note, we've got 2 of those at the moment. I'm not going to work that out because it's going to be a horrible decimal. We'll do it all on the calculator in one go. Now the curved surface of a cylinder is actually a rectangle. if you get a toilet roll and you sort of cut it down here and you unroll it, you'll find that you have a rectangle. And you can do that just by rolling a piece of paper up as well. And what you'll find is that one edge here is the circumference of the original, which is 2 times pi times the radius. And the height, of course, is just the height, which is 25. So the curved surface area is 2 times pi times the radius, which we know is 12, times 25. So 2 times 12 times 25 is 600. So that's 600 pi. So the surface area is going to be 2 circles, so 2 lots of the pi times 12 squared, add 600 pi. So that's 2 times pi times 12 squared, add 600 times pi. Oh, don't want that answer. That's 888 pi. Now your calculator probably just gave you a decimal straight away there, and this would be the decimal. So if we just give it to the nearest whole number, that will be 2790. So 2790 centimeters squared, and that's to the nearest whole number.